All right. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and good morning, Grand Rising greetings.
Yes.
Welcome to Go Ladies, a show about women discussing everyday topics that are either a no or a go. I am your host, Magda Dasir. You can find me on Facebook as Magda Dasir or Instagram as Haitian Sensation 13. I almost forgot my handle. That's sad.
No, it's okay.
I almost did. All right.
It's okay.
And to my left, we have the beautiful Steph.
Staa.
Steph Staa.
Yes.
Oh, I like that name.
Oh, but we gotta lean on that star.
Okay, Steph Staa. And she's our co-host for today.
Yay!
Now, I want to say for last week I had not last week, the week prior, K Love the Poet.
Yes.
Sis, thank you for joining us and gracing us with your presence and that beautiful, beautiful poem at the end of it. I loved it. Like,
Kay is the bomb, isn't she?
Man.
I've been performing with Kay. I've been knowing Kay over like 10 years.
That girl got she is dope. She got some lyrics and stuff. Like, I love it.
Girl, Kay is just,
she embodies like womanhood. You know, that feminine, she embodies like a very, how can you say it? Like more similar to like Nefertiti, like that goddess type of vibe. And she come in with that
baby be queening, honey. She be queening.
Sis.
Every day, all day.
Okay.
And she's an Aquarian too.
I know.
She's an Aquarian too.
I found that out.
Mm-hmm.
Love her.
Yes.
So K-Love, thank you for gracing us with your presence. I need you to come back, sis. I need you to come back one more time. I need you to come back one more time for me. You know what I'm saying? Not for everybody else, but for me. But anyway, let's get into it. So, Steph.
Yes.
Tell everyone about yourself and what you do. How'd you get to where you are? Your journey in life. Like, I'm interested. I want to know.
Magda, it's a long story, but I'm going to do a little short version.
Okay.
Well, I'm from the south side of Chicago, born and raised.
Okay.
My stomping grounds is 87th Street in Burley. Shout out to anybody that lives in Germano Millgate, almost to the east side of Chicago. Folks used to go over there to get their gas and stuff. But, yeah, man, just a singer-songwriter majority of my life. As a kid, I used to just cut paper and make comic books, and I would write little short stories, which turned into poems, which turned into songs. I've always been excited about Soul Train. Always. That was like my school Saturday with Don Cornelius.
She was front center, bam.
Yes, I was like, I'm going to be on going down that line one day. But, I was a little kid. So, but I got an opportunity to see all the artists that I used to hear my mom play, on the vinyl records and stuff. Doing a little, neighborhood block parties and stuff. And the school plays. And the school just invigorated with music, man. So coming up to adulthood, I got a little freedom. I used to go out to all the hip-hop clubs at night, you know what I'm saying? And it was nothing in the neighborhood to see Common live right down the street from me. I know him as Rashid, y'all call him Common. So I used to hang around a lot of B-boys and stuff like that.
Right.
And, yeah, man, just decided to record an album, step out there, and really do it with some homeboys that I knew made beats in a basement and recorded, folks. So I was just like, man, let me stab at this. Let me do some shows. Let me do something. So eventually it stuck. But still today, I'm still trying to come out of my shy shell.
I'm sorry, what? Shy shell?
Oh, yeah. I could be real shy.
Are you introverted?
Kinda.
Kinda?
It's coming out of it. So after I recorded my first album, I got a good response on the scene here in Chicago. And I did the American Idol, and The Voice got so far with that, because it's all, networky. It's all clicky. So people are like, well, you so good, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to give up. So I kept on recording, kept on performing. That led to me going on tour with Darian Brockington's little brother. He's a singer. He used to sing with Little Brother. If you ever heard Little Brother's earlier work, Darian Brockington and Yazara, they did most of the background singing.
All right.
So we went around like maybe 4 or 5 cities.
Okay.
We did that back in 2008.
Okay.
With my sister, Wisdom. We Speak Her. I'm the other half of Speak Her.
Okay.
So we made a lot of moves. It was like situations, Magna, where we almost got there. But it's just like Lauryn Hill, when that video, Everything is Everything, and she reaching, That's been my whole plight. And I don't know what the creator is doing or who's supposed to be in my path. But 3 albums later, 3 house singles later, I'm sitting here. Oh, and I did a radio show for 3 years.
Okay.
I don't know if it's appropriate to name the name, but I'll keep that on zip. But
Okay.
I was the engineer and the host for 3 hours. Yes, and I put a lot of my local artist friends on.
Right, yeah.
Because my kid's dad, he did, he had a thing called Alienated, a crew, where we would display a lot of Chicago artists that really wouldn't get the opportunity to perform, and we went on the road and stuff.
Right.
So we came back, and that got diminished because they tore the whole venue down.
Oh, wow.
And we went into radio.
Right.
We had an opportunity to go on the radio, and we did. And it was really dope. So this is like reminisce. I miss this.
Oh, you miss
really,
it?
Oh, girl, I miss it. I
that's amazing.
I love this. This
You
is
do?
awesome. Yes, I love radio. Girl, I used to make mixtapes and all that stuff.
Oh, you.
Yes.
You about that life.
I am. I love it. But that's me in a nutshell.
And that's you in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Oh, you mentioned B-Boys. I have
Yes.
a question about that.
Oh, yeah.
What was the first song or first artist that got you interested in creating music?
Well, the first artist, of course, in my era probably was Run DMC.
Okay.
But the movie Beat Street did it for me.
Okay.
'Cause it was so grimy and so gritty. And I know it was in New York, but where I grew up at on 87th and Burley, it was grimy. It was by the steel mill.
Right.
So we would go over there and we would cipher because we liked the echo. And even in my hallway at my house, that's when I really wanted to sing because, Mama would go on outside, go on and play. So it was a dope echo in my hallway. Mm-hmm. And I used to sing little Disney songs because my mother used to get the bootleg Disney.
My daddy, too.
Girl, used to get the bootleg Disney VHS tape.
Yes.
And so I go out there and sing one of the songs and hear my voice. And yeah, man, going back, that's where I'm from. I'm from the grimy. I'm just not dressed like that right now. But yes, my husband is a B-boy. Whenever I meet him, girl, I ain't met him yet. We hoping for John David Washington. That's who we're hoping for.
That's who you hoping for?
No, we praying for that.
You want him?
Oh, very, very much. Girl, I
He
want
legal,
that
right?
legacy baby. That's a legacy baby. They ain't got no record. Denzel Pauletta going somewhere. And I already realized that I'm going to have to get a baby up anyway, so Pauletta can have a baby. Because I got 2 teenagers, so I've been through the mother thing before, years before. But yes, me and John, yes. I've been loving on John for years. This new stardom he got is like, ugh.
Did you see Tenet?
Baby, the baby. I saw Tenet for free, yes. As soon as the AMC opened.
She went in. She was like, my future husband's on the screen. Let me go support.
And my date that went with me, he knows.
Oh, he knows.
He knows. But Tenet is one of those movies that you
have to pay attention.
Even if you pay attention, you just like, what
the
is
hell?
going
Right.
on?
It's the same
and
thing
even John in his interviews was like, he don't really know.
Right.
And you did the role.
Right.
He's just a protagonist.
Yeah.
And he don't even have a name.
Yeah, exactly.
But the way, girl, it
was like I did. It was like Inception mixed with Mission Impossible.
Yes.
And the thing with Tenet, it was like the way they set up Inception and how the AIs and stuff was moving throughout the movies was the same way in Tenet.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he also played that the Tom Cruise role in Mission Impossible, trying to get to, you know what I'm saying? Oh. Not even Mission Impossible. It was his father's movie. Out of Time or something like that, where he had to go back and fix.
Oh, that was a good
Yes, it was.
What's the name of that movie?
I know I'm losing it,
but I'm there with you.
Yes, where his father was with Paula Patton, and I think it was Out of Time, and
probably was.
He had to go back to stop the death of Paula.
Yes,
it was and Tenet was the same thing.
Same way.
But he did act like his daddy a little bit too much though for me. In the fight scenes.
Them fight scenes were awesome.
But he was acting like his dad in the fight scene.
I was shocked that John David, Pauletta says his name is John David. I was shocked that he even did his own stunts. He did awesome.
He did a really good job.
I was like, oh, he can do that?
He did a really good job.
I think he can do some other things.
Yo, she ready.
Too ready.
She ready for him. She ready for him. How did you come up with your name, Steph Staa?
Well, I didn't come up with it. My peoples call me that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, Steph, she's a star. She's a Staa. So yeah, I was just like, okay, let's go with Steph Staa.
Okay.
That's because I didn't have a name at first. We was like Stephanie Michelle McNair. And I'm like, that's too long.
Right.
That's my government.
Right.
So just, yeah, Steph Staa. My peoples, they nicknamed me that. That's how it derived, and it just ended up on flyers.
Wow. And how long you been doing this?
Girl, I wrote my first album in 2001.
Okay.
So I've been going ever since, independently. Yep.
19
so
years.
we 2020, yes. I was serious about it, but I have been singing. But the first album I put together, I put it out in 2001.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take to create that album?
That album, it probably took me, because I wrote a lot. I wrote like 18 songs.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't want to record till I got all the 18 songs out.
Right.
Probably like a good 13 months, 14 months.
Walk us through the creative process. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to writing, like, be succinct as possible. Like,
well,
walk
with
me through
me,
that.
you know, every artist have their own way of writing and creating. Me, I have to hit a track. And then I concept it. I'll create what I'm a concept around, and I theme out. So my first album is called Illuminate.
Okay.
You know, illumination as, you know, light bringing coming to.
I mean, you in yellow today.
Oh, wow. You know what? This is the album cover, too.
As soon as I saw you, I was like, she just bright as the sun.
The album is, Magda, the album is yellow.
Right.
My first album is.
Wow.
So with me, I just went through, I wanted to tell people each song about who I was. So each song takes you through a journey that I experienced with Illuminate, as far as being an artist.
Okay.
Then the second album is B-Girl Stories, where it's just me trying to come up on the scene, connect with whoever, you know, not finna sleep with you for no beats or no album. I'm not finna diminish who I am. So
and all that good.
Yeah, going to a lot of these hip hop events and the sausage fest that was there, you can imagine how crazy. You can imagine, you know, jumping on a train, going up here, jumping in somebody's car, going there.
It's a sausage fest.
Oh, baby. I mean, now some of them dudes was fine now. They're very acrobatic and fine.
Okay.
But yeah, the process for me is basically I listen to the beat and I'm driven by drums. Driven by drums. So the boom bap is really what puts me in my center. And then I start writing from there. I write from there, and it could just be an ad-lib. I start off with a hook, or I start off with a verse. Okay. You know, and then it'll come around to whatever. I let it just build, and then my ad-lib, and I just do that like a freestyle when I'm recording. It's not premeditated, but I have to have the basis of what I'm finna come in. I don't waste no time recording in the studio.
That's
no
what's
time.
Up.
Yeah.
So you rap and sing?
Yes, I do. I'm more like Nas. I don't do the off the head. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple homeboys that can do that. But I'm not off the head. I'll write.
You write?
Yeah, but I love rhyming. I'll spit. I got some written to spit. But yes, I'll do it all. I do poetry. I do it all. Why not? If you can do it.
Do you got a small piece for us today?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do?
Let's see, which one can I do?
I want to close out with one of your pieces.
Description: Black Scully, camouflage coat, baggy jeans, Timbos, you know the stilo. Brown perfection, no question, no guessing. Most deaf, I'm checking for his mission. He's a warrior, and he uses mind for a weapon. Ain't no time for half-stepping, because he recognized the blessing. Like, are we going? Can I keep going?
We could hold off and wait till the end. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You can give them. You know what I'm saying? You can give them the whole entire thing.
Okay.
The whole entire thing. All right, guys. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. So see you soon.
Wait a minute, I'm messing up.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in with us today.
Yes.
My name is Magda Dasir. I am the host for Go Ladies, where we talk about everyday topics and decide whether it's a no or a go. And today I have my wonderful sis, Steph Staa.
Oh, you wonderful too.
To my left. If y'all missed a little bit, it's okay. It's all good. Steph, just, let the people know what you do again, who you are, how they can find you, all that good stuff.
Singer-songwriter Steph Staa. You can look for me on Reverb Nation, www.reverbnation.com/STEPHSTAA. I'm charted there. The videos are there. The music is there. It's one hub. Check it out.
That's what's up. And you can find me on Facebook as Magda Dasir or my personal Instagram page at HastenSensation13. Now we're going to get into our Go Ladies topics today.
Mm-hmm.
I know most of y'all know that if you haven't seen or heard, Biden won presidency. So Steph, how do you feel about that?
Not throwing confetti. I'm not throwing confetti. This is a democracy that has a lot of damage, So, okay, y'all got somebody in the seat, but I'm one of the ones, I'm a neutral. I know how y'all brought this democracy to this land. Mm-hmm. So, what I can say about it is, let's see what y'all finna do. Let's see what's finna happen. Because we are in a whole different decade, Magda. We 2020. So we thinking 10 years ahead. So what's finna happen in this decade? What you finna do?
Next 4 years.
But he may try to get that next 4 after that.
Right.
And then we still got the whatever. I ain't gonna say his name. I don't even want to give him energy. He's gonna want his extra 4. Because he's gonna feel like he's entitled to it. So now he's clenching his pearls, honey. The pearls are clenched. Like, are you serious? Did y'all really? He tried to stop the mail, honey. In the history of life. So my whole opinion is let's see if they're gonna be people of their word.
Okay.
Let's see what's finna happen. Because you're making all these promises, and we know of you guys and y'all track record before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is a whole new light, a whole new position.
Right.
Let's just see.
Yeah. For me, I don't trust the Democratic Party at all. So I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like, I just do not trust the Democratic Party at all. I was not excited about either candidate. And I'm kind of like indifferent to it all. I just feel like we should just get our stuff and leave. Just move to the continent of Africa. Pick a country and just be there. Because America is not, even though we built it, it's not for us.
No.
It's not for us.
No.
Yes, this is our ancestors' lands because we built it for free.
Right.
However, and the blood and sweat and tears that have accumulated over on this land. But low-key, me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable with having my black man or my black children, whether it be girl or boy, out in America like this freely. It won't sit right with me, and I just don't trust the government. I just don't.
I never have. It's not our game, Magda. It never was. Like I said, this was brought over to this land.
Yeah.
Y'all wiped out a whole culture of people.
Yeah.
That were here, that lived off the land.
Yeah.
And we're coming up on that specific holiday. Okay? But we celebrate that? No, I'm just not with it.
It's just not for me. I get it. I understand it's quote-unquote better than 45. However, people think like, 45 was racist. America's been racist since before.
Built off racism.
Right. America's built on racism before Trump even got into the house. Like, we still getting killed based off of the way that we look.
Exactly.
So I don't see how, it works to say, Biden is better than Trump. No.
I have never seen any of them down at ground zero, Magda. When we have these police killings and killing our people, are they on the ground?
No, they're not. They're comfortably sitting at home.
Come on and sit on the ground.
Sipping on some scotch or whiskey or something.
My mom told me that old man Daly, not the son Daly. He built up the Cabrini Green because his maid, is a black woman, and they said he was sleeping with. I don't know the secrets, but she said when there was ever an issue, which it was hardly ever back in those days in Chicago, he would be there on the grounds, but the limousine would be right there. What's the problem? Right. Yeah, trying to help.
Right.
So, what's the problem? Why can't y'all? This is happening over and over again. Yeah. This is sick.
Yeah, it's saddening. It's saddening, and it's disheartening, and it's troublesome. And I just
I would have liked to see one of them down there at a rally or something like, come on out. What are you afraid of?
As the people was, yeah, right, exactly.
Make yourself present. And I would look, if Trump would have did that, I'd have been like, y'all know what? He was down there when they shot so-and-so's son. He got my vote. I'm sorry, he was there. Mm-hmm. He was with the people. He was upset. He was trying to figure it out. But that'll never happen because he's a part of this, whatever they're implementing. It's something going on.
It is.
And you better believe. Deeper. Oh, yeah. It's a facade. It's something being pulled over our eyes.
Something deeper. But congratulations to 46. You know what I'm saying? And congratulations to... what's old girl named Kamala? Congratulations to y'all.
Yeah, congratulations.
But
we know better.
Topic.
Right, we know better.
Now let's move. Let's make this a little bit more light. If you could bring back one artist, Michael Jackson or Prince, why?
I would bring back Michael.
Really?
Yes, I love
You're not
Michael.
A Purple Rain fan?
I am, but if you put them two up against each other all through the years, my childhood, I listened to their music as it freshly came out, but Mike wins to me. Only because Mike is, both of them from the Midwest.
Right.
But Mike has that childlike energy. Yeah. And he has that innocence, and he's so cold. Like, it's hard to sing and dance.
Bruh.
At the same time.
Bruh.
Then spin around that long and that fast and don't be dizzy and you stop and you go into the next. Mike, stage performance-wise,
he was a
master. So, Michael.
He was a gift.
Michael. I love me some Michael. I love the family. Janet is my idol.
Really?
A girl, if Janet walked in here, I'd probably fall out. Y'all would have to rush me over to Stroger. Is Stroger still up?
Yes,
y'all would have to rush me, baby.
But anyway, Michael. They revamped it. They revamped the hospital where was shot at, The Fugitive.
Which one, babe?
Stroger.
I didn't know they shot the Fugitive there.
Yeah, they shot The Fugitive there, and they revamped it into a hotel.
Yeah,
they turned it into a hotel. A lot of people were like, no, I'm not going to look a little spooky.
It did. Back in the day, it did.
But yeah, where they shot The Fugitive.
I didn't know.
When Harrison Ford was a doctor, he was a doctor at Cook County.
Harrison. From Evanston.
Yep, they revamped it. You would bring back MJ? I'd bring back MJ because I grew up on MJ. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So MJ was someone that I grew up on. However, Thriller scared the mess out of me as a child.
It did?
Yes.
Girl.
Out of all the horror movies and stuff, I could easily sit and watch a horror movie, no problem. Thriller scared the living out of me.
Magda, I was too busy trying to figure out the choreography, girl. I'm like, okay, what we doing?
I'm just saying, all right, guys, we about to take a quick break. We'll be right back. I'm sorry. That's funny. But we'll be right back. Thanks for watching, ladies. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in to Go Ladies. Again, my name is Magda Dasir. I'm your host. And what's in it for the black people? I'm so sorry, Maze. But
yeah, what is
Maze,
in it for the black folks?
Hashtag Maze said.
Hashtag.
And to my left, we have the beautiful Steph Staa.
Yes, darling.
Steph Staa. Tell people where they can find you.
www.reverbnation.com. STEPHSTAA. Look me up there. Google me.
Google her, y'all.
You'll find me.
You can find me on Facebook as Magda Dasir and on Instagram at Haitian Sensation 13. Now, I said I would bring back Michael, so
yes,
you know that's who I grew up on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I grew up on the cute little dark skin, full fro, just a beautiful, beautiful black man. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Love him. All right, now. Do black people need to catch up on dating etiquette due to Jim Crow restricting our social development? And how do we do that with our whoring and hurting our traditions without?
I don't think there's anything wrong with black love.
You don't?
Well, not in that sense. I don't think it's that deep.
Okay, so to explain to me what you don't think is that deep about black love.
I mean, right now, I think it's very loose. Sexuality is very loose as far as not being, I want to say, it's just out there too much for a younger generation. It's not, when I was coming up, I didn't know nothing about, sex and stuff. I got into sex when I was late teens. You know, me, that's how I was raised.
Right.
But now these kids, they can just go to the phone and Google, a body part and all kind of stuff pop up. But as far as going back to the question, I think we done got away from a lot of traditions that were more respectable, relationship-wise. Now we glorify the side piece, the snack. That's okay, and it shouldn't be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was something that was concealed back in the day. If you had a mistress, that life was not known about. Right. But now, everybody baby mama, on your man got kids for you, married. Right. It's crazy now, so I don't think it's that deep. I don't think we have a problem. We just need to get it in order. You know what I'm saying? We need to get a sense of respect. Like, if I know you dating this dude, you know what I'm saying? If you dating Maze Jackson, and me and Maze are real good friends, and we have a chemistry, and, we got to stop. Because I got to respect you and him, what y'all got together, and, saying y'all married. Okay. But these folks don't care about that. They cross the line anytime.
So there's no respect.
There's no respect. Like back in the day, like, oh, that's so-and-so husband. Damn, he fine, but I respected you.
Right.
Being the type of one, but some women didn't. But it was very discreet. But now everything is just so free-flowing. It's just out there. It's like, oh, you sleeping with them. In your reality TV and internet, it just feeds it. So I think if we as a whole, as a culture, get with us first,
right,
and get that respect back like other cultures. They respect, marriage and all of that. Like I want to say the East Indians. Not to mess with somebody's husband because you respect the culture and how they pick a husband out for their son or their daughter or whatever.
Right.
But with us, it's just loosey-goosey.
Right. So what do you think is really missing besides the respect? Is it the communication? Is it just
going into a one-on-one individualized relationship? I think it is. Like knowing what you really want. Like we need to ask those questions. Where do you see yourself short-term, long-term? And if I want to be with you, I want to have children, and you don't, okay, that's a problem.
Right.
And if we're going to be together, and I have this conversation all the time, I have to be on a certain sexual level, too. I have to be compatible to you, too. Not just compatible like, oh, we get along, we like these movies, we like these type of cars. No. Like it's layers to it.
Right.
So if you want a certain thing done as your wife, I could say, I'm not doing that. And you're like, well, Steph, you my wife. I want that done. So how do I fulfill that? Because I got that urge.
Right.
And it's going to be a problem because a dog going to look for a bone.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
You're right.
So I can't say I ain't got no bones for you, and I'm trying to be as clean as I can. But you're going to have to fetch some bones, boo, if you want to keep your hubby.
This is true. I mean, I feel you, and I understand. I think for me, millennials, man, child.
What you mean?
We got some issues in our own little era, group. it's not as bad as probably what I'm saying, but however, when it comes to dating in the millennial world, everyone is like, well, how much money you got? Or what do you do for a living? Or what do you do here? What do you do that? Oh, you got one too many kids. I can't deal with that. Or you got one too many baby daddies. I can't deal with that. You got one too many. It's just a lot. Everyone is just like I don't want to say nitpicking, but it's difficult. You know what I'm saying?
Well, some of those scenarios exist in my age group. Because, see, when I was coming up as a young adult, it was taboo to have a baby daddy or you be pregnant.
Really?
Oh, in high school, that was
you know what it is? It's so normal now.
It's normal for y'all.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
See, for us, it was like, ooh, so-and-so got a baby.
The generations are different.
Yeah,
it's
so
different with different standards and different standards, different morals, different values, different respect factors going on in each generation. It's crazy.
So when I was coming up, we didn't have children as teenagers.
Wow.
So when that started coming into be, it was like a so-and-so life is ruined.
Because they had a baby.
You got a baby. You can't go to college. You can't do this. Your mama got to raise your baby. And it was a strain on the home front. So I can imagine, like, y'all meeting folks, and they already got kids.
Right, they do. And we have this thing of an instant gratification type thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people put sex in the forefront when they start relationships. So like you said, if the sexual chemistry is great, that means like, oh, we're good together.
Exactly.
No one's asking questions.
Nobody.
No one's having these candid conversations. No one's going to therapy trying to figure out what the traumas are and how to fix it and things like that. No one's taking the time to be by themselves.
Exactly.
To actually grow into the person that they need to grow into. And to have these candid conversations with potentials. A lot of people are just like, oh, we met online.
Yep.
We started dating. We started having sex. Now we together.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Even if I'm following you and we talking, we're together.
We're together.
That scares me. That's scary.
That's what's happening these days. And a lot of people are not seriously... Some people are not even shooting their shot. Like, you know that you might be interested in someone. So, but most women, no offense to any women out there, but most women are like, no, I'm going to wait until he come.
I was kind of like that.
But I feel like if you're interested in a man, why not tell him? You know what I'm saying?
You're Aquarian?
But I'm that type.
My best friend is to me.
I'm that type of person. If I'm interested in you, I'm going to shoot my shot at you.
See, you're more freer. You're a freer spirit.
It's not about a freer spirit. If I like something that I see, I'm going to go after
And see, me, I'm more systematic, logical. Because I'm a Virgo. I'm like, I'm going to wait and see.
But men don't know, though.
They don't. And I had to learn that.
Just like we don't know what they're thinking, they don't know what we're thinking.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, guys. But at the same time, it's just like, if I like you and I'm interested in you, I'm going to tell you. Like, hey, sir, I like you. I'm interested in you. Would you like to get to know each other? Well, I have asked men on dates, okay?
Look at you.
I'm bold. I have definitely asked men on dates. It's not a problem. If I'm asking, I'm paying. It's that simple.
I'm trying to grow to that point, y'all. I'm trying to grow to that.
What
Wow.
you mean?
Because I think I missed out on a lot of
Great
some good
men?
guys. Yeah, I think I have.
Because you didn't say anything?
Because I didn't say anything.
And I had a male friend tell me, don't ever approach a man because that's not, it's not
See, that's what I've
ladylike.
always thought. From my generation, you let the man, I don't know, it's uncomfortable. Because, see, I'm not a flirt.
Yeah.
My best friend, Aquarian like you, she can do it all day. Men just be.
But I don't see, men like to be pampered too. Men like to be taken on dates. They like to be, you know what I'm saying? They like to be, maids be quiet. They like to be wine and dine. I know some men that like that. There is nothing wrong with a man.
It's nothing wrong with that.
Being appreciated for who they are.
Because you're supposed to treat your king.
Right.
He's a king, right?
He's a human being.
And
he
you
got
gotta
feelings
treat-
too. He want to
does.
get taken out too. He want to get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Loved
you're
on.
right.
There's nothing wrong with it. But I feel like a lot of people are so stuck on this whole thing where, oh, the men have to approach me in order for me to be interested in him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how does he know?
Right.
How will he know?
You're right, Stephane Labossiere. I'm getting my Stephane Labossiere. But I'm learning that. Like my mama say, a closed mouth don't get fed.
It don't. And
That's true.
I can respect, I understand and I see where you're coming from in regards to, you know, letting the man approach you and letting him come to you. I 100% get it. And I respect it. However, if you're like, okay, He and I are cool. We're cool as friends.
Right.
I want to see where this goes and see if he's on the same page as me. You know what I'm saying? And then if you give that little like, hey, you know, I'm interested in you and getting to know you a little bit more and a little bit better. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that? Just throw it out like what do you think about that? And see what he says. And play around with it.
Okay.
Don't just be like, hey, I want you at my house tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Don't do that. Just play around with it and see what he says.
Yeah. Because I was in a relationship for 13 years. Not married. Never married.
Oh, wow.
I have a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old. And he pursued me.
Okay.
I was telling him no. But he pursued me and pursued me and pursued me and professed to me.
He was like, I
was like, well, don't nobody else coming at me like this. Let me give him a chance. And I did. And, you know, we had an adult relationship. It ended, like, messed up. But, yeah, he, you know.
I'm sorry.
He kicked me to the curb. Yeah.
I had one of those 4 years ago. Girl, the glow up is amazing.
Well, mine happened 5 years ago. Yeah, the glow up is, right? But I didn't see it coming. But I was used to that. I was used to guys coming to me. You know, now I'm at the point, I'm like, if I like somebody, I just look. And I don't want to I want to get past the looking.
Why do we do that?
I want to say something like, I don't want to do a what they call that, a whistle. I can't whistle. I can't whistle at all. So I want to be like, hey, shorty.
Hey, shorty.
Hey, shorty. But, you know, I get that all the time by the ones you don't want. But it'd be sometimes I'll be saying like, dang, he fine. Oh, he is.
But did you just say that you want John David?
Yes. But until we get to John.
So how you gonna shoot your shot at John?
If I ever get in the room, I'ma have to, Magda. I'ma have to, because like you just said, how else would he know? But I have to do this strategically because Pauletta ain't no punk. Pauletta, he said at Steve Harvey's show that a lot of his relationships have not been successful because they get excited because they find out who his dad is after they find out. And they get different.
Yeah.
So I got a strategy.
Oh. I'm going to have to get this strategy when we get off air because I want to learn just in case I need to shoot my shot at somebody.
Yes.
You know
you do?
I haven't shot, lately I haven't shot my shot at nobody. And I just been chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is. You know, I'm not really, I'll be single going on 5 years next year.
It's 5 years for me now.
Yeah, and I told my therapist, I was like, if 5 years come and I'm not in a relationship, we just go.
Don't put no time factor on it. You so young and beautiful.
So thank you. But I told her, I was like, listen, 5 years come and sit, sis. That's it.
Be open. I'm learning to be open.
I'm definitely learning to be open.
Me too.
And I'm definitely learning to be more receptive.
Yes.
With love.
Me too.
And support and stuff like that. So I'm definitely open.
Yeah.
But
don't cap it off.
Still,
I know. And I know how that feels. Because I used to be like, man, if it don't happen, But I'm like, you know what? And I shouldn't have prayed to the Creator for meanwhile meat. But I got,
yeah.
Girl, I got some tantalizing meanwhile meat, and it's gone. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to deal with it.
Okay. So is that a go or no with our etiquettes when it comes to dating? Well, you can answer that when we come back from our break. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back, guys. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Go Ladies. I'm your host, Magda Dasir. To my left, we have Steph Staa with me today as my co-host. And what's in it for the black people? Hashtag May said. So, Steph, tell people where they can find you, sis.
www.reverbnation.com/STEPHSTAA.
And what's your IG handle?
It is Steph Staa.
Okay.
Everything is Steph Staa.
Everything is Steph Staa, yo. And mine, you can find me on Facebook as Magda Dasir. My Instagram at Haitian Sensation 13.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay.
I think I like this one. Do black people in general have issues with learning other languages?
I think we do.
Really?
I think we do.
Okay, give me some tea on this.
Because we're so innovative, right?
Uh-huh.
And we have a certain je ne sais quoi about us. Mm-hmm. And it's just not implemented in our household to try to study abroad. Mm-hmm. I think it's just a default of that. I think it's not intentional. Mm-hmm. It's just that we are, we're that stuff, But I think that if it was in your upbringing to learn, like we have Hispanic communities here, Italian communities, Asian communities, I think if it was implemented in the household more to pick up a second language or a third language or a fourth, we wouldn't have a problem with doing that. But, black is just so dope in the way we move, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We have our own slang terminology. We do our own thing, but we don't bother with that because that's not implemented in how we're raised.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't think it's intentional.
Okay. Well, for me, being of Haitian descent, I had to grow up with two languages.
Of course.
So there was Creole and then there was English. So I had to... my first language, of course, was English. However, it was actually Creole.
Really?
Because my parents, they're from Haiti, so
yeah,
they're going to keep the traditions within the household.
Of course,
they're going to keep the Creole in the household. The English was like, what are you doing? Why are you speaking that? It's like that's out of the question.
Of course.
So it was interesting growing up, going to school speaking English, and then your mom comes around and speaks a whole nother language, and everybody looking at you like, what is that? I've never heard that before.
Wow.
And then you have to sit there and be like, oh, that's Creole. And I was like, well, what is that? What's Creole? Where are you from? I thought you were black. I was like, I am black, but my parents just happen to be from an island.
Okay.
So growing up with growing with the two different languages in the household, it was interesting, yet it was hard because everybody in Haiti looks like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone. So when I went to Haiti as a child, during the summer, the language barrier between my siblings, my cousins, and my family was hard. Because my mother was like, you don't eat. If you don't speak to them, you're not gonna eat.
Wow.
Right. So she was like, you on your own.
Woo.
So having to communicate, saying I'm hungry or I want this or I want that was definitely a fight or flight type thing. I mean, she was there, but it was like she wanted me to get used to speaking the language. Okay. Especially, to family members and my cousins. Of course, they made fun of me because, I got an accent with it. Mm-hmm. But I learned how to communicate with my cousins and my family, to get what I wanted. Okay. And then when I came back to the U.S., every time I saw a black person, I just started speaking Creole. Because to me, I'm thinking like, oh, you're black, so you must be Haitian too. And so you speak Creole. And everybody's like, no, I don't. And I'm like, oh, dang. So the duality was hard growing up because I had to figure out, all right, we're in the U.S., so everybody speaks English, but when we're in Haiti, most people speak Creole. Right. And in home, I could speak both, but my parents' native tongue was number one. It was top. Wow. So that with the whole issues of black people learning other languages, I feel as if they think like, oh, if it's too hard, I'm not even gonna try it. Yeah, that too. And with my, with my culture, a lot of the first generations that were born here, they don't speak Creole at all. It's strictly English. Strictly. Wow. And they know it. They want to learn it, but but what happened was their parents only spoke English to them in the house.
Okay.
They didn't speak the other language.
Get out of here.
So it's interesting how, African Americans love, embrace the whole, Ebonics and but it's totally different when it comes from Afro-Caribbeans and Africans and stuff like that. Wow. Some of them will embrace it, some of them will not. Yeah.
Get out of here.
It's crazy how that works, but it's interesting. So that's why I want to ask. I'm like,
I think if it was implemented in a household like what you endured, of course. But it's not in a household. It's not, you know what I'm saying, nothing else.
So would you learn another language?
Me?
Yeah.
Of course.
Which one would it be?
I would want to learn French. Because I want to go over to
Girl,
Patty.
my French is trash.
Yeah. I would love to learn some French, I don't know, maybe some Russian.
Really?
Yeah, I like
It's a hard language.
It is. I always pick hard stuff. Yeah, Russian or French.
Well, Spanish and French are similar to a certain extent.
They are.
Yeah,
they are.
Similar.
Just because I want to communicate on that level and understand what those people are saying.
You want to learn our oppressors' language?
I
got you.
Yeah, you will.
We had to learn English while we were here. So that makes sense because they ripped us. They took our language away from us.
Sure did.
They took our traditions away from us. They took our clothing. They took our hairstyles. They ripped us to shreds. Took our culture, our spirituality, everything, and then came and gave us, I don't know what this is.
Man.
But I get it.
Crazy.
So learning another language, is that a no or a go?
Go.
Girl, I'm with you.
I say do
I'm going to try and get on my French.
I think I'm going to pick it up.
I'm going to try. I can understand it when my mom speaks it. I respond in English or Creole, but the French, girl, I'd be like, No. But before we leave, you say you
always pick hard stuff. I do.
Before we leave, you gonna bless us with one of your
I can.
No, ain't no can. You will, and you will do great.
Yes. We doing that now?
Yeah, we almost done, girl.
Okay.
We can do that now.
All right.
You gonna close the show out with one of your pieces.
Oh, so many dang on songs.
Just pick one. Stephanie. Pick one good one. Or if you want to do a poem or however you want to end the show, we could. Okay. It's all up to you.
Well, let's end it with something about love.
All right. I'm here for it.
So, every little thing I'll ever need, I'm so glad you're not a fantasy. Oh, my voice. Every little thing I'll ever need, I'm so glad you're in reality. Used to see you in my dreams, yes. The season was always spring. Playing your guitar, yes. Strumming sweet melodies. Sun rays peeking through the branches and leaves, illuminating you. Well, there's no place on earth that I'd rather be. You're pure and true, irreplaceable. Every little thing I'll ever need. There we go.
Thank you, Steph Staa.
Thank you. I'm a little raspy.
Girl, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good. But I just want to thank you for joining me and us today on Go Ladies. Again, tell everybody where they can find you at.
On ReverbNation.com/Steph Staa.
And you can find me on Facebook as Magda Dasir or my personal Instagram at Haitian Sensation 13. What's in it for the black people? #May says. Everyone, you have a great Saturday. Please go outside and enjoy this weather and get some sun. Yeah. Congratulations to 46 and Kamala. And we will see y'all next week. And Caleb, thank you for joining us past 2 weeks. Thank you so much, sis. And I can't wait for you to come back. Next week, we're going to have K-Fly and Rita J.
Rita.
So, stay tuned.
A Virgo. That's my Virgo sister. I got music with Rita.
Hey, you know everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Have a great Saturday. And we'll see you next week. Go, ladies.
Go, ladies.
Bye. Go, ladies.